I would always say to anybody that wants Amorim to be sacked, like I would always say about Man United, it would not surprise me. Nothing surprises me about this football club. It would not surprise me. I don't think it's. I'd be 99% sure it's not going to happen. But you know, Amorim's volatile. You look at those interviews last night. He's volatile. He's going to stick to his guns. He's stubborn. He's going to stick with Bruno in the midfield, and obviously that's going to be a problem. We've got a real problem at Manchester United, and that's why on the thumbnail we've got time to go, Amorim and Bruno, because that relationship has got to end. To save himself, he has to end that relationship. It's a really toxic environment at Manchester United, and that relationship is causing it. And I like Bruno, and I like Amorim, but somebody tell me that that's working, because it's not. Whether you love Bruno, whether you love Amorim, whether you dislike them both, that is not working. And I'm not lying, Roy Keane got sacked by Sir Alex Ferguson for basically doing what Bruno Fernandes has just done. He's come out on national TV. You can't even watch that Roy Keane interview. He's come out on national TV, defended himself over the team, and he's not even telling the truth. And he's also thrown Lenny Yoro under the bus. That's not acceptable. And that's on Amorim. That is on Amorim. A lot of you have said about Bruno, he's a petulant captain. He's all about himself. It's never his fault. It's always someone else's fault. He can cause a goal, and then someone else does a bad pass and he's throwing his arms in the air. That is not a good captain for this football club at this moment in time. I don't know whether there's anybody else, but that is not what we need at this moment in time. We need someone who brings everybody together. We need somebody who's going to be accountable. We need somebody who does their job well. And I've always said that about Man United, whether you're Gary Neville, Nemanja Vidic, Roy Keane, like when you're a captain of Man United, you've got to be the best player on the pitch. You've got to lead by example. Look at Harry Maguire, look at Bruno Fernandes. Too many bad games as captain. You can't inspire when you're having a bad game. And also, players look at social media. Players listen. And when players are seeing Bruno or Harry Maguire getting slated for bad performances, they're not going to respect them. And they're not going to respect him for what he's just said there. He should come out and apologise for it. It's not fair. It's not right. But he doesn't pick himself. He doesn't put himself in the midfield. And he doesn't take the armband himself. We begged him to stay. We refused £90 million to put him in our midfield. Somebody made that decision. They have to be accountable. And in the absence of information, you have to say it's on Amorim. Of course it is. And what we end up with is a football club that's lost 2 of its first 4 games. We've got a manager who's being ridiculously stubborn, and we've got a captain that won't take any blame. This is not going to get any better, is it? I know it, and you know it. So you're left in a situation where, what do you do? If it's not going to get any better and he's eventually going to get sacked, what's happening next? That's where I'm at, because he's definitely sacking himself if he goes down this route. The next manager comes in, Bruno's the captain again. Where's he going to play this time? What are we going to do? Is there any money left? There wasn't enough money for Amorim's project. There was a bit, but there wasn't enough. Will there be any for a new project? How much will it cost us to sack Amorim? Who will we bring in next? It's a mess. It's a mess. And that's where I'm looking at it at the moment. With every manager, the gap they get is less. Amorim's not even been here a year until November. He's been here 10 months. 10 months. Ten Hag was here for just over 2 years. Ollie was here for 2.5 years. Mourinho was here for 2.5 years. It's coming down all the time. Like, what's next? And the big question for me is, if we sack Amorim, why are we not talking about sacking Barada? Why are we not talking about sacking Wilcox? Why are Ineos getting off with it? I mean, in fairness, Amorim, it's well documented. And can I just say thank you to everybody who watched the video last night, because I think people have finally got it. The formation chat is irrelevant. You're wasting oxygen. He's got to change the formation. No, he hasn't. If you want to change the formation, you've got to change the manager. That's the conversation now. Nobody can keep talking about he's got to change the formation. If you want a 4-3-3, you've got to change the manager. There's no point going, get this manager to go to a 4-3-3. So I think we've finally hit that. But what comes next? You know, I think that if we do sack Amorim, there has to be culpability in relation to the ownership who, hello, who else here, when they appointed Amorim, went, what? Excited, what? But I did go, what? We always play 4-3-3. You've brought a manager in that won't do it. So we're now going to go from a club that has always played a back four to with the manager that's going to play a 3-4-3 every week. We've never done it. We don't have the players that can do it. So we're clearly going to spend about $1 billion over the next 2 years or 3 years. And then we go and spend 250 in the first year. I think that's on Ineos. I think that's on the Glazers. I think that decision is ridiculous.